A profound change is sweeping across the Western Hemisphere, one that is quietly but unmistakably reshaping the global order. From the bustling metropolises to the rural heartlands, a new sense of purpose and identity is emerging throughout Latin America. For generations, Latin America was seen as the United States' backyard, an area of influence where decisions were often made in Washington, not in local capitals. The region was frequently portrayed as dependent, subordinate, and shaped by external interests. Today, that narrative is crumbling. Across the continent, nations are asserting a new kind of independence, one that is rooted in self-determination and a desire to chart their own course in the world. Citizens and leaders alike are shaping their own destinies, crafting policies that reflect local priorities and values. This movement is creating a more complex, multipolar world, where power is distributed among many actors rather than concentrated in a single superpower. This is not a story of rebellion or confrontation, but of strategic diversification. Latin American countries are seeking to broaden their horizons, recognizing that their future prosperity depends on engaging with a wider range of partners. Leaders are expanding partnerships beyond traditional allies, forging new economic and diplomatic ties with China, the European Union, and other emerging powers. At the same time, they are strengthening regional alliances, working together to address shared challenges and opportunities. This shift is driven by a powerful desire for economic growth, technological advancement, and above all, political sovereignty. Latin American nations want to control their own resources, set their own agendas, and ensure that their voices are heard on the world stage. The region is actively rewriting the rules of engagement, balancing long-standing relationships with the United States, while embracing new opportunities that promise greater autonomy and mutual benefit. Evidence of this transformation is everywhere, from the bustling activity at modernized shipping ports to high-level diplomatic summits where Latin American leaders negotiate as equals with their global counterparts. Latin America is stepping out of the U.S. shadow, demanding to be seen and respected as an equal partner in international affairs. The region's leaders are voicing their ambitions, and their citizens are rallying behind a vision of dignity and progress. This shift challenges the post-Cold War power dynamics that have long defined the hemisphere, creating new centers of influence and opening the door to a more balanced, interconnected world. It marks a pivotal moment in history, a declaration that Latin America is no longer content to play a supporting role. Instead, it stands as a confident force, ready to claim its rightful place on the global stage and shape the future on its own terms. To grasp today's changes, we must revisit the U.S.'s complex history in Latin America. The Monroe Doctrine of 1823 set the stage for U.S. intervention, not partnership. Throughout the 20th century, U.S. influence manifested in economic dominance and political intervention. The Cold War saw Washington supporting coups and authoritarian regimes, leaving deep scars. Post-Cold War, the focus shifted to promoting free market capitalism, often leading to inequality and unrest. This history fuels the current desire for diversified partnerships and sovereignty. The pivot away from U.S.-centric policy is both pragmatic and symbolic, reclaiming sovereignty. Leaders are breaking from a past where their fates were decided in Washington. Brazil, Latin America's largest economy, is a key player in this geopolitical shift. With its vast natural resources and growing influence, Brazil is not just a regional powerhouse, but a significant global player. Its economic strategies and diplomatic maneuvers are closely watched by the world. As a BRICS member, Brazil extends its foreign policy beyond the Americas, strengthening ties with China. This partnership is not only about trade, but also about technology, infrastructure, and cultural exchanges, creating a multifaceted relationship that benefits both nations. Argentina, facing economic crises, turns to new partners like China for financial lifelines. The collaboration offers Argentina a chance to stabilize its economy and explore new markets, providing a much-needed boost to its financial sector. Both nations leverage regional blocs like Mercosur for greater trade leverage. By working together within these frameworks, they aim to enhance economic integration and increase their bargaining power on the international stage. This strategic reorientation sends a powerful message: the U.S. is just one partner among many. Brazil and Argentina are diversifying their alliances, ensuring they are not overly reliant on any single nation, thus securing their sovereignty and economic independence. Their actions create new economic realities, from soy farms to infrastructure projects. These developments are not only transforming their landscapes, but also providing jobs and boosting local economies, paving the way for sustainable growth. While opportunities for growth abound, new dependencies pose challenges. The reliance on foreign investments and partnerships requires careful management to avoid potential pitfalls and ensure long-term benefits. Balancing these opportunities and risks is crucial for leaders in Brasilia and Buenos Aires. They must navigate complex political landscapes and make strategic decisions that will shape the future of their nations. The Southern Titans are building a future with diverse partnerships. By embracing a variety of alliances, they are positioning themselves as key players in the global economy, ready to face the challenges and seize the opportunities of the 21st century. Their strategic moves redefine South America's role on the global stage. As they continue to forge new paths, Brazil and Argentina are not only reshaping their own destinies, but also influencing the dynamics of international relations. Mexico's position is unique, sharing a long border with the U.S. and deeply intertwined economies. The USMCA solidifies this bond, making the U.S. Mexico's largest trading partner. Despite this, Mexico seeks to diversify its international relationships, strengthening ties with the EU and Asia. The goal is to reduce economic dependence on the U.S. and build a more resilient economy. Mexico is reclaiming its role as a Latin American leader, advocating for regional unity. This dual strategy balances close U.S. ties with diversification and regional leadership. Mexico aims to be a sovereign power with a diverse network of global partners. Chile, long celebrated for its economic stability and robust growth, is now embarking on a significant shift in its foreign policy approach. This change is not just a minor adjustment, but a strategic pivot that reflects the evolving global landscape. The changing political landscape within Chile, coupled with increasing social demands from its citizens, is a major driving force behind this pivot. The people are calling for more inclusive growth and equitable distribution of resources. Chile's deepening economic relationship with China is particularly significant. China has emerged as Chile's top export destination, a testament to the strong trade ties between the two nations. This partnership is driven by clear economic logic. China, with its vast industrial needs, requires Chile's abundant raw materials, especially copper, which is crucial for its manufacturing sector. Chile is not just focusing on China, it is actively participating in Pacific-focused alliances. By fostering trade with Asia-Pacific nations, Chile is ensuring a diversified economic portfolio. This pragmatic diversification is driven by both economic necessity and the vast opportunities that lie in the global market. Chile is keen on maximizing its economic potential. By building a network of relationships, Chile aims to create a framework that best serves its long-term development goals, ensuring sustainable growth and prosperity. This strategic approach allows Chile to benefit from its strong ties with China while simultaneously maintaining and strengthening its relations with the US and European nations. It's a sophisticated foreign policy that reflects the new global power dynamics, where multiple centers of influence are emerging, and Chile is positioning itself wisely. As Chile navigates a world with multiple centers of influence, it is crafting a path that ensures its voice is heard and its interests are protected on the global stage. China's rise is the key factor in Latin America's geopolitical shift. Over 2 decades, China has become an economic titan in the region. It's the top trading partner for several countries, buying commodities and selling goods. China's influence extends beyond trade, funding critical infrastructure projects. This economic partnership translates into political influence, with strategic partnerships and cultural outreach. Critics worry about debt sustainability and environmental standards. Latin American leaders must harness opportunities while safeguarding economic sovereignty. Navigating this dynamic is central to statecraft in the region. Latin America's geopolitical realignment has profound economic implications. Diversifying trade partners offers economic resilience and access to new markets. However, new vulnerabilities arise, like dependence on China's economy. For the U.S., this shift challenges its economic dominance and political influence. The historical U.S. role as security guarantor is questioned, with new military ties forming. This evolving security landscape creates unpredictability and potential friction. The presence of strategic rivals like China and Russia is a major concern for the U.S. It raises questions about intelligence and the security of critical infrastructure. Latin America's independence is a key chapter in a transitioning global order. The unipolar world is giving way to a multipolar system with diffuse power. Latin America contributes to this new architecture by diversifying partnerships. This shift impacts international institutions, demanding more representation and influence. The competition for influence in Latin America mirrors the global US-China rivalry. Other regions watch closely, learning from Latin America's balancing act. The rise of an independent Latin America contributes to a more stable world order. It's a vital part of global rebalancing, signaling a future of diverse partnerships. The U.S. stands at a crossroads in its relationship with Latin America. The old approach of dominance is no longer viable. Washington must recognize Latin America's confidence and adapt its foreign policy. A new strategy involves genuine partnership based on mutual respect. The U.S. should offer alternatives to China's offerings, leveraging its unique strengths. Failure to adapt could lead to diminished influence and economic challenges. The window to reshape the relationship is closing. The future depends on embracing a multipolar reality with competitive and collaborative policies. This affects trade, migration, and security directly. The unfolding power play in Latin America is a defining geopolitical story.